Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament. We are here at the Grand Finals of the Tier 2 Division over on the PS4. My name's Bullskunk alongside ChefBilly, and we've got Pandora's Wrath going up against Tator bots to decide who's going to be the king of T2.
Part of me is excited, part of me is hungry hearing about tater bots, because who doesn't love taters? Taters are fabulously fun.
I was doing looking into like a logo and stuff, and it was just like tater tot casseroles. So now I'm just craving tater tot casseroles.
Yes! Hot dishes from Minnesota. Coming in here to the Tier 2 division and on PlayStation 4. Very excited to see this. We kind of did a little bit of touchy here, there in the playoffs. We finally got our feet into the playoffs with PlayStation. Very excited to see this kind of a underdogs battle. It's happened over here on the PlayStation side as it did on the Xbox side. Being the top seed was not necessarily the best thing to be going in these playoffs, because we've got 5 seed versus 6 seed, making it to the grand finals, Bullskunk.
Yes, sir. Speaking of hot dishes, both of these teams 3-0ing the number 1 and number 2 seeds respectively. As we take a look at our playoff bracket, a little road to the finals to see how these teams had to fight to get to where they are today. And where they are is a chance at the crown, a chance at the top of the hill here, Billy.
I mean, this is going to be, I think, a wonderful matchup. A little bit of friendly banter going in the captain's chat. So we're going to see what these two teams bring to the table. I'm very interested to see their tank lineups. Of course, you and I play tanks, so we're always interested. That's the first thing we really look at. And then we've kind of gotten away at looking at the DPS and have really become more support-centric in our analysis of these teams, because the team with the tank line that's got the best, coordination, the ability to take the space, and the ability of their support team to keep them up while they're making that space has been a hallmark of this entire playoff season, and I don't see any reason for it to stop right now.
Agreed. And as the Fran Overwatch Charity Cup is finishing up, one thing Fran actually mentioned is tanks are the first thing that you would want to look at, because without the tanks, there's no space for anybody else to work. Then your supports, who are going to keep everybody in the fight, keep the sustain there, and keep you from having to go run away with your tail between your legs. And then lastly, your DPS have to click heads, have to land shots, and get the kills. Otherwise, well, you end up in a big stalemate.
Indeed, and I mean, we're not trying to say that DPS are third on the rung, but they kind of are. But that's where your standouts come from.
Yeah.
If you have a standout player that just rises above those two massive things on your team, then you're a great player and you deserve to be here. And we're going to see it first on Busan today.
Yeah, Pandora's Wrath gets first map pick. They're taking us to lovely South Korea for our control map. Not an unusual choice. That's not quite the word I'm looking for, but definitely an atypical one. We've seen a lot of Li Zhang and Ilios peppered in there, but not a whole lot of Busan to start things off.
And I like the choice. It offers the flexibility of the tank lines in particular to be able to go amongst 3 different metas. You can either go Ryan Zar, you can either go dive, or you can go with the double shield that seems to be so very dominant right now. And, I mean, maybe it's the chance for Pandora's Wrath, for them to be able to kind of get all 3 of them mixed up. I think that's the choosing of why they're doing it.
As we take a look at our map poll here, it is loser pick here for the remainder of this 1-to-4 series. So loser of this map will get to choose our hybrid map that will be followed by Assault, then Escort. From there, we will head to Control from map 5, and then back to Hybrid and Escort to round out 6 and 7, going to Control for the final 8th tiebreaker map if necessary.
Indeed, and I mean, I'm expecting this to go pretty far. I mean, they both 3-0'd teams very much higher seeded than them. I mean, 5 beating 1 and 6 beating 2, or maybe the other way around.
No,
but,
that's right.
The maths are right in my head, and let's go to South Korea, Bullskunk.
Let's do it. Let's get this show on the road. T2 Grand Finals getting started right now.
I hope that we see Mecha base first. I want to see some brawl come out here from the beginning. I love to see the aggression. I want to see where the players' mindsets are at right now as they're coming out here. I mean, they've got to be a little bit nervous. I mean, it's out tokens on the line, but it's still being the cream of the crop in your respective tier is something that will never go away. I know that CGL is planning on doing something to recognize all the champions after all of the finals are done, whether it be a Twitter post or it be a Hall of Champions on the website. I'm not sure exactly at this point, but we should see something coming up from them soon.
Oh, well, there we go. I'll have to go reset a button. I have my toggle UI instead of show health bars. So no health bars for you, my friends, at least for this opening map. I'll get it fixed, though. We're going to have Pandora's Wrath starting in the blue jerseys. Tatorbots in the red. Tatorbots bringing out the Rhine Zarya here with the Reaper and the Pharmacy to get things started.
Indeed, I like that. And coming from the side from Pandora's Wrath, they are bringing out the double shield with a Torbjorn Hanzo in the DPS role and Lucio Moira to keep the team topped off.
The classic brawl versus double shield, and it's the Torbjorn starting off with a big bang here for Pandora's Wrath. Opening pair of kills. 2 more kills quickly follow, and a very fast point unlock, should I say, for Pandora's Wrath.
Looking at the halts from Thick Brain on the Orisa from Pandora's Wrath, that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see them pumping the damage, pumping the accretion disc from Zack the Turtle, their captain, on the Sigma into those halts, getting lots of ultimate charge in the beginning. Kakashi on the Moira already 62% to their first coalescence.
On the other side, Polish with 80% to Barrage, takes down the turret, clear the skies a little bit. Now free to try to put some damage into that back line. Trying to pepper down the Orisa as the front line approaches closer. The rockets will whittle down the 4-legged main tank. Hanzo falls directly thereafter, but Pandora's Wrath striking back. The Coalescence comes out. Supreme fighting to kill onto the Junkrat. And Polish, well, perhaps should have dropped this barrage a little sooner. Suddenly, it's a 3v3 on the point with Tatorbots fighting to see if they can wrestle this objective back from Pandora's Wrath.
Indeed, and I mean, looking at it, Wegsybots, the opposing captain for the side from Tatorbots, has swapped over to a Sigma of their own. And I like the fact that they're still running a variant of Double Shield, but the Orion is going to allow you to be a lot more aggressive than the Orisa, so this could spell really good push for them.
Dragon's coming out first. That finds one. Good shot there from Kego to help hold off this aggression as Jag is trying to close the gap. Earth Shatter in hand. Here comes the Shatter. No, I think the post actually caught the majority of that Shatter. Didn't quite make it around the geometry. And it's a shame. There were 2 supports that were just ready to be smashed. But falls by the wayside. Polish picking up a kill onto the Moira. Thick Brain goes down. No more shield. No more primary heals for Pandora. And Tatorbots just might be able to flip this thing if they can survive this Molten Core. 99% on the board for Pandora, so... Ooh, Kego! Kego looking to shoot down the hopes and dreams of Tatorbots. Res coming through? No! The floor is lava. No res for you. Pandora's Wrath will end up taking it with a clean 100-0.
I mean, the stall was real. The DPS really showed up there in the latter parts of this map. I really liked the holding of the Molten Core until about 95%. That was a huge play from E Supreme. And, you know, I'm digging the Torbjorn Hanzo, you know, getting the spam, getting the flankers, also creating a lot of hell for Polish AF. I love that PSN name. By the way, we were, as we were seeing the players come into the lobby, I mentioned it out and just had a hoot and a holler over seeing Polish AF.
A good chuckle indeed. A good belly laugh indeed.
But I mean, getting lots of value on the far. I think, you know, investing the barrage a little bit sooner may have kept their hopes of the capturing the point a lot better. So we'll see how the Winged Egyptian does here on downtown.
I love Kego bringing out a far of their own, trying to match in the skies. Might get a little bit of a dogfight as both the Orisas clash on the point. Tatorbots bringing out the Sigma. Pandora using the Hog, and trades coming through, but Pandora loses their Mercy. No more res. Hog is going to fall. Polish getting the better end of the dogfight. And Taterbots, well, this is their point to take, assuming they can get past this Orisa.
Putting a lot of work in. Thick Brain is doing some work. Huge immortality field coming out from Combat Frogger, keeping the Orisa up throughout all of this aggression. And still, the point is not captured yet.
That was a massive stall. I thought the reinforcements might just get back in time there for Pandora's Wrath. In the end, Taterbot's able to burn down the Orisa and finally cap this point.
Indeed, I really like the aggression being shown right now from not only Polish AF, but also Bullet Dodgers has swapped over to the Cowboy, quarter of a way to his Deadeye, and Wegzybot is actually outdoing the ultimate economy for the Orisas.
Zach the Turtle coming off of the Roadhog, going to the newly buffed Diva. Her defense matrix getting a major buff earlier today, just went live, and now we'll see if that can be the ticket here for Pandora to come recap this point.
I'm really looking forward to see how they use the micro missiles, as well as the actuation time has actually been deleted as well. Here comes a huge barrage!
Found both the Sigma and the Moira. I thought the Molten Core was going to be the ticket. No, Kego, drop it through the back. Huge 2K barrage. Follows it up with a kill onto the pharmacy. Cap off a nice 4K streak there from I Love Kego.
Indeed, and Zach the Turtle deciding that jumping off the map and getting the mech back faster is the way to go. I like the play from the off-tanking captain of Pandora's Wrath. You have a host of ultimates ready to go for them to defend this point, but they got to watch out for the barrage coming in from Polish AF.
Flux, Supercharger, and Valkyrie also online for the Taterbots as they're looking to come back in. Overload used. Here comes the Molten Core from Supreme, just making the steps traversable. So over the top goes Polish. I Love Kego right there ready for him. Rockets in the face of the pharmacy combos. They both go down. 43% on counting on the board here for Pandora.
Right, and I think the positioning from Bullet Dodgers is not dodging enough bullets and taking some rockets to the face because he's not dealing with the pharmacy combo right now, and the positioning being shown from I Love Kego already has another barrage online. There's going to be dueling barrages. This is the second one that I Love Kego has attained.
Coalescence out from Taterbots. Gravitic Flux going in the mix. Deadeye also triggered. 3 ultimates from Taterbots. They get 1 kill after all is said and done. Immortality Field Ant Matrix Supercharger tossed in by the Pandora's Wrath to try to get this done. Oh, and then Polish drops the 2-man barrage over the back, circling around behind the tower. Falls up with a nice rocket onto Supreme. Taterbots looking to steal this point right back.
Yep, and I mean, the stall is real. I mean, I think they're going to get it to 90% here before they actually capture it, maybe a little bit more. So we're heading into Final Fight territory. They're already up 1-0 here on Busan, and they only invested a couple of ultimates into that. They invested their Supercharger and Amplification Matrix, so they're going to have the barrage still available for I Love Kego. If they can get into a good position behind the shielding, they could retake this point very quickly.
Not a whole lot for Taterbots in the ult department to try to defend against this either. Zach Turtle going to open up with the self-destruct. Toss it right in the middle of the point. Halted right on top of it. Goes 2 members of Taterbots. 2 kills immediately follow thereafter. And now Kego free to just rain death from above. Doesn't even need the barrage. As Pandora's Wrath flips to this point, I don't know if anybody from Taterbots can get back here and can try to contest.
Yeah, they didn't go on the speed characters either, so yeah, that's a clean 2-0 win for Pandora's Wrath here. Starting off our Tier 2 Grand Finals in the PlayStation 4 division of the CGL's multi-tier tournament, Season 7. And wow, that is exactly what you want to see coming out. Very confident plays from both teams. This self-destruct was absolutely filthy. They watched for the new shield to come up from Wegzybot and went ahead and just dropped it in like a dime behind there. It was a worm burner of a self-destruct.
Yeah, one of the ground huggers, if you would. And there was a nice halt in there as well to pull the Sigma and the McCree out from behind the Orisa shield. And that, I mean, allowed it to find the value, take out a third of the team. It was easy pickings from there.
Indeed, and I mean, they had really good ultimate economy. We saw when Taterbots tried to, where they successfully took over the point, they invested 3 ultimates right on top of each other. There was no stacking of the ultimates. They just went ahead and all pressed the triangle button. And on the other side, Pandora's Wrath, they kind of stacked. They used one. If that didn't work, they went ahead and invested another. And it was very nicely stacked and measured out when they used it.
Yeah, excellent discipline from Pandora on that one. I agree. Taterbots had a good ult advantage coming back in at one point and ended up getting 1 kill for 3 ultimates. I mean, they eventually were able to push on, but at what cost? You gotta get a little bit more value from each ultimate than that. If Pandora can maintain the discipline with their side of the ultimates, well, this could be a one-sided affair here, Billy.
Absolutely. I mean, and really nice coordinated play. I mean, the supports, once again, we harken onto the supports, bringing out the Baptiste for downtown and having that immortality barrier save not only the main tank ones, but keeping, really any kind of killing ults just flaccid. I mean, it was absolutely well played from Combat Fragger on that Baptiste for Pandora's Wrath.
Excellent support play indeed. But now it's Taterbots' map pick. We're going to head to Hybrid. Your choices are... Oh, where's my book? We got King's Row. I know, because that's where you end up usually going. Everybody wants to go to Scrim's Row. The other options are going to be Hollywood and Eichenwald. Choose from here for our Hybrid maps. Which would you prefer, Billy? What is your favorite of those 3?
Eichenwald. I love Eichenwald. I love the architecture. I love the geometry of the map. But we're going to go to Hollywood.
Ooh, okay. Probably the one we've seen the least out of these 3.
Yeah, and with the pharmacy, and with the cowboy that was shown by Taterbots, McCree can get a lot of value on this map.
Absolutely can. Well, definitely worth mentioning. We had kind of touched on the patch that came through earlier today, but some pretty big changes coming down the pipe with this patch. Most notably, I think are going to be the changes to Brigitte, as no longer do armor packs overheal. You don't get that extra 50 healing of armor thrown on top if the character's already at full health. So, I'm worried this may be the end of Dive. Like, I hope y'all enjoyed Dive while it lasted, because I think it's Dunsky.
I think you're right. I think it is Dunsky, even though the little bit of buff, actually the major buff to Diva, makes the Winston Diva dive much more survivable, much more viable.
It's true, and I think that's exactly why they gave Diva those buffs, was to try to keep it from going into a pure double shield meta. But yeah, Diva getting a massive buff to her cooldown from that defense matrix, going from 1.5 to an even 1 second. And it's... can't be understated how important it is. What a huge change that is.
And the actuation of the micro missiles. Me being a former Diva main, you always had that little bit of lag time when they started really messing with her kit. Now they brought it back to mess with Diva conditions, and she feels a lot better now. So you may see me flying the Korean mech here a lot more often, because she feels like she was before all the stuff went down.
Yeah, I think it'll take a little bit of time for Diva to get back into the meta, but those are some important changes. And then, not to be overlooked, is they reduced her movement penalty while firing that primary weapon.
Yep, indeed. And I love it. Like I said, I think they're trying to make her more viable again, because she is such a dynamic part of this game. And bringing her back into a meta, we could see the resurgence of a Mickey or a Poco or any of the other massive Diva players that we've seen out there. Emong, I mean, I'm sure he's dancing in his boots right now.
Absolutely. He can get off his Sigma.
Right. Let's go to Hollywood.
Let's do it. Head to sunny California.
We go to sunny California now, and like I said, I'm really liking this choice for a map. I think that this will play a little bit better into what Taterbots is trying to do. But we saw the double shielding coming out, and also the Diva play come out, so Diva can absolutely contest high ground here. Her movement, her boosters, I mean, she's going to be able to really dominate a defensive hold.
Agreed 100%.
And the other thing is, that Pandora's Wrath has decided they want to defend first. We always talk about this. Do you attack first? Do you defend first? Pandora's Wrath saying we're going to go ahead and defend first and see what we got to meet.
And I think that's the wiser of the two. That's the conservative approach. You know how far you need to push. You know what is expected of you once you do head on the offense. And if you put up a good hold, you can kind of gauge how you need to use your ultimates in that approach. But,
indeed, and that's what we really want to see.
On the other side of that, though, if Tatorbots can come out swinging and put up a great time, it could be quite demoralizing. So we'll see if Tatorbots can strike back, coming out with the Ryan Zarya as we head into Hollywood. May and the Pharah back out here from Polish. Put the hurt down.
I like the Pharah pick once again, and having the pharmacy with it, obviously, immediate healing, immediate res ability. It's already a 7v6 match with that.
Front line of Tatorbots eating a big anti-nade, forced to back up, get some healing, wait for their cooldowns. Jack's shield already low, gets broken, gets deleted. Now the tank's free to push in. Thick Brain picking up a nice headshot kill with the Orisa onto the Mei in that time as well. And, well, that first attack thwarted quite swiftly from Pandora's Wrath.
Yep, I like the Ashe pick as well. Surprised that we're not seeing a Mercy Pocket with it. We do like to see the extra damage boost going in there. It turns it into one-shot potentials. But, you know, the spam damage that's going to be coming in from the Dynamite is going to be something that we're both looking for. And Kigo, already close to his first Riptide, 97% already.
In the back, trying to get the Reaper out of the cafe here. Bullet Dodgers making that swap, hoping the Edgelord can help break things up. Here comes that tire you were talking about. Jags immediately goes down. Bullet Dodger back in spawn to join him. Without them, the Pharah doesn't last long either. And another good hold here from the defense.
Exactly. Pandora's Wrath just really measuring where they want to go. You know, they're kiting, backing, making sure the supports are staying up. And you know, Kale just popped Coalescence and was deleted in about a second. So that shows you right there how much damage is actually being pumped in from the side from Pandora's Wrath. And, you know, they're going to have Bob online available very quickly. Self-destruct is almost available. And you've got that all-important nano boost from Kakashi.
Once again, Bullet Dodger trying to go into the back line, but forced out. Oh, destroyed just as the Wraith form goes away. Massive source of damage gone here for Tatorbots as they're looking to assault the Moira, caught in a trap. Woo, just barely able to get out of there in time.
Indeed, I'm looking for this barrage to come from their backside. If they can manage to get the rotation around the back, Bullskunk, I think that they have a chance to catch Pandora's Wrath with their pants down.
Polish trying to pick off the Ashe, get the hard counter out of there. Got Supreme, it looked like 95% of the way there, but couldn't quite get that last tick of health gone. Now a huge halt, and Earthshatter down. That's going to find 3 as the follow-up there. Bullet Dodgers dies, trying to push in. Self-destruct comes out from the defense. Pandora's Wrath able to fend off the aggression and get their members topped off back on their feet. Supreme able to pick off Polish in the meantime. Res available for that one, though. We'll see if Polish can get this barrage out.
What a halt to pick off the Egyptian flyer there. Once again, Kigo has a second tire available, and you're looking at a 5-pack of ultimates here.
Tire coming out immediately, sensing the flank coming around from the alley. It's going to take down Bullet Dodgers. Tatorbots at a disadvantage, and well, they're kind of slowing their attack down here in the back alley as they figure out the next best way to approach the objective.
Indeed, and I'm looking for E-Supreme to be able to scout out where the Pharah is and throw Bob in should the pressure become too dangerous.
Kigo picking off a pair. Supreme indeed picks the Pharah out of the sky. Bob tossed in. Supercharger used as well. There's just 10 seconds on the clock for Tatorbots to make something happen here on Hollywood. We'll see Zarya and the Moira trying to get to the point. Graviton Surge at the ready. It does make it out, but doesn't seem to find anything. The Eraser, the only target, able to fortify up. Polish should go ahead and throw down the barrage, but that newly buffed defense matrix, Zach the Turtle, right there, able to gobble up all of those missiles. And now, Reinhardt antied. He can't last. The bubble is used onto the Junkrat instead, and, well, that is a full hold here for Pandora's Wrath.
That was a very emphatic full hold from Pandora's Wrath. They're never really feeling the pressure. I think they may have lost 2 players throughout the entirety of their defense, and these supports, man, Kakashi is an assassin on this Ana right now, throwing in not only sleeps, but the anti-nades coming from the Egyptian healer. Absolutely crucial in keeping their players up. Not to be outdone, though, Combat Frogger just zipping and darting around, getting the heals where it's needed. I'm really liking this coordinated play coming from this side.
Now Pandora's Wrath going on the offense, needing only 33% to take a 2-0 lead here in our grand finals.
And it is first to 4.
Absolutely.
So there are many chances for Taterbots to get themselves back into this. We could go a double full hold here. I really want to see what kind of aggression they bring out on their defense. I think they need to play the double shield. I don't know if the Ryan Zari is going to be able to fend off what Thick-Brained and company are going to be serving up to them in the form of May Reaper and Brine Diva.
Yeah, Polish is really going to have to hit their shots, see if they can find an opening pick before this May Reaper comp closes the gap and gets all over them.
I mean, Bullet Dodgers is probably going to be the key to what they're trying to dish out here, cordoning off the tanks in the extreme. I like this little sneaky rotation from the right side from Pandora's Wrath, though. They're not just coming in and taking the damage.
No, avoiding a lot of that opening damage indeed. And you can see Polish has gotten a little bit of work done, but not as much as you might have hoped if you're the Taterbots.
What an anti!
While they're trying to divide them off, not good enough. The anti-nade was huge, but it didn't dissuade Taterbots in the slightest. They get aggressive. They find the kills. They shut down this first assault.
Indeed, I mean, Zach's got to get out of there or die because you're just an ultimate battery at that point.
The poor Pilot Diva just wants to play the game.
No play for you.
Kakashi eating some early bullets way outside in the street, forced to use that nade to self-heal. As Polish already 96% to that Bob, leading the server right now in ult charge.
Indeed, and I'm looking at what they're trying to do here on the offense, and Kigo deciding that the Archer is the right play.
Well, indeed, finds good use right out of the gate, but Jag able to take down the counterpart Reinhardt. So Pandora's Wrath missing their shield here, and I think a reset is certainly called for.
Absolutely, I think that's the smarter play is just to come back, get what you can get and get out. I'm thinking that maybe I'm missing the May now, because that was mirroring the May here is the best thing you can do. What a headshot!
Yeah.
What a headshot from Polish onto the Pilot.
Polish starting to warm up here.
Indeed, now McBrandis has swapped over to the Mercy and now is getting that damage boost showing up in the kill feed with Polish. I like this a lot better coming out of Taterbot.
Taterbot's also with Coalescence, Earth Shatter, and that Bob still available. Plenty of tools in the bank to hold off Pandora's Wrath, who have a $130 to make something happen here. Pandora throwing the nano boost down onto the Reinhardt's going to charge in. Bob and Coalescence invested from the defense. Thick Brain falls. The sound barrier not in time. Just a split second too late as the nanoed Reinhardt hits the dirt. Nevertheless, Pandora's Wrath still going to try to push in, but they're just finding dynamite fire all over them. Their biscuits are burning, Billy, and they're going to go back to spawn.
Their biscuits are burning. Oh, what a sleep on too. It's Reinhardt of Jags as well. I don't know. I think their win condition right now. Shatter Diva Bomb. I mean, they've already invested the nano boost onto Thick Brain, and he got deleted quickly through the Coalescence. And the Dynamite of Polish going to have Bob available again very quickly if they keep using this great play right now.
Self-destruct thrown in to start things off. Gets nothing. So, Dragons, the next to go across the point from Pandora. That finds nothing either. The good news for them, they ate the Blizzard. Huge eat coming from Zach the Turtle. And now Pandora's Wrath able to get aggressive. Ultimates be damned. They're just going to go in, swinging in the neutral, find the kills. And that 33%, that precious 33%, well, they've got it. And they have the 2-0 lead as well.
Indeed, and I mean, once they threw that, they threw the self-destruct in, that whittled down shielding, that whittled down armor very quickly, and then they also threw in the dragons on top of that. A quick pin from Thickbrained onto Wegzybot really took them out of their comfort zone, and it was just game on from there. That eat by Zach the Turtle, the captain showing up huge on the winged mech player from Korea, eating that, taking care of all of that value, and it was just lights out from there.
That was a massive eat. I think that was the play of the map right there. That Blizzard would have certainly done him in, and Pandora's Wrath was quickly running out of time. Zach saving the day for Pandora's Wrath.
Indeed, and as they go up 2-0 in the map, in the series here, you got to think momentum's definitely on their side. So I think we're going to take a quick break just to get some production stuff done, but we will be back with you in just a few moments.
Welcome back, my friends, to the Console Overwatch multi-tier tournament. We're here in the Tier 2 Grand Finals on the PlayStation 4 as Pandora's Wrath. Right now with a 2-0 lead, Tatorbots trying to figure out what assault map they want to take us to next to start their potential comeback. And Billy, it's not something unheard of. We've seen comebacks from this point already here in our Grand Finals weeks.
Indeed, we did actually in the same tier. The Tier 2 Xbox North America Grand Finals. Saw Pack Academy go up 2-0 over Crazy 88s. We took our little halftime break or intermission break, and they came back with fire in their eyes and came back and rallied off 4 straight maps to win the Grand Finals, 4-2. And I think behind the play of Polish AF, showing what they can do with the Ash there on Hollywood, even though they ended up losing the map, he really put the team on his back. And I think that is going to be a huge moving point forward from them is, hey, we can kill the enemy, and we can do it quite well. It's just a little bit of extra, here or there. And I mean, that Blizzard Eaton really kind of took it out of them. But I think that they've got the makings of a comeback here.
Oh yeah, potential absolutely there. Like you're saying, the clutch defense matrix from Zach the Turtle, I think, was the only thing that kept Tatorbots from holding that last point. We'd be sitting at a 1-0 right now. And we also saw a wonderful Pharah coming out from Polish AF as well. I do think that Jag needs to slow it down a little bit. Looks like Pandora's Wrath, at least from my eye test, are focusing down the main tank. I think Jag's going to have to dial down his aggression a touch. Make sure he's staying safe.
Indeed. We do have a substitution coming in. Looks like Bullet Dodgers are going to have a seat on the bench, and Chase Swanson is going to come in the DPS role for Tatorbots. So a little bit of a DPS swap may be what they need to start this reverse of their fortunes, and I'm really liking it. So looks like we're going to keep the sides the same. So Pandora's Wrath still wanting to be on the defense. We're going to go to Volskaya.
Awesome. Your assault maps to choose from were Temple of Anubis, Hanamura, or Volskaya Industries. Tatorbots choosing the latter.
I like the Volskaya.
It's probably my favorite of the assault maps. It's either that or Hanamura. I do actually really like Hanamura. I know that's kind of a hot take, but I actually really like Hanamura. But I like Volskaya a lot too. Volskaya, I think, is probably the most balanced of your assault maps.
Indeed, I agree with that as well. Also, you can get a lot more extra innings out of Volskaya should the two teams be nicely matched, which they are. I'm really going to look to see, once again, the tank line from Tatorbots has got to slow down just a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that they meet the aggression that's coming in from Pandora's Wrath, and I think that we start to see a shift of the fortunes here. But he's got to stay with his team.
I'd agree with that 100%. If Jag can't stay alive, Tatorbots are gonna struggle. I mean, just period. End of sentence.
So, I mean, that being said, let's go to snowy Russia.
I like it. Bring your parkas. We're headed to Volskaya.
Indeed. So here is where I think that what we saw from not only Busan, but also especially on Hollywood, the damage boosted Ash is a very real threat to what Pandora's Wrath is trying to do here. And I think that if you keep Polish AF up on that Ash and then get maybe a different set of abilities from a different hero, what Chase Swanson is going to bring out on this map, might be what they need to start this reverse.
Well, Pandora's Wrath coming out, bringing us the newly buffed Diva once again. Thick-brained, pulling out the Orisa. Kind of an interesting combination.
It is interesting, but I mean, it was meta for a while. You know, the lack of mobility of Orisa versus the hyper mobility of the Diva, I think is a very nice juxtaposition in the tank line. Also, you know, they're going to be able to track down those kills a lot faster now with the buffs to Diva.
Another one worth mentioning is Supreme back on that Ashe. The Ashe getting a nerf on a cooldown on that Dynamite. I think Blizzard realized just how powerful that cooldown was, and now it takes 12 seconds between each Dynamite as opposed to 10 like it was yesterday.
And I like that they're bringing out not only a McCree, but a Hanzo here. So there is the one-shot potential from the Archer. We're going to see how this plays out.
Rotating around the far left side, Tator bots poking and prodding at the defense, just searching for a weakness right now. Some arrows coming through, but nothing hyper-aggressive just yet. Nope, changed my mind. There they go. Wegsy getting in deep, getting in right in the thick of the action, but gets deleted immediately. That defense matrix, not enough to keep them in the fight as they got separated from the rest of the team. Jag is going to fall as well with a bit of hyper-aggression now. No more takes here for Tator bots and a reset coming through.
Indeed, and look at those exit kills coming from I Love Kigo. What a dominating performance on the DPS heroes from the projectile player for Pandora's Wrath Bullskunk. That is some good stuff coming out of him.
Yeah, getting Riptire online, ready to go for this next fight. Defense will have a nano boost as well. Sound Barrier not far behind.
Look at the tank ultimates too. That is something, that is a benchmark that we like to look at after the first team fight.
Sure.
Both almost have their ultimates already. So a lot of work put in by both Thick-Brained and Zach the Turtle.
Compared to the 40 and 60% of Tator bots' tank ults. Definitely a lot more work thrown in that first fight from Pandora's Wrath.
Indeed, and I think Chase is looking for an opportunity to launch this Dragon Strike, maybe zoning out.
We're going to get Kigo's Tire to start things off. Woo! Somehow, the Hanzo able to survive that. Just barely got out of the way of it. Still has the Dragons in their pocket ready to go. Has to take down Kigo in the back. They do, with a little help from Polish on the Cowboy, who's now looping up to the high ground. Getting positioned up top to rain down the Peacekeeper. Oh, but falls to shots from the other side. Supreme landing the Viper. True. Falls into the nice shot onto Jag as well. Hanzo goes down. Diva goes down. Supreme, man. Slow down here. These people have families.
They have families. They have lives to go back home to. And, I mean, they're going to go ahead and reconvene and spawn. Being sent back by the Southern Belle with her trusty Viper.
That was something else. Supreme taking over on that engagement.
Yeah, I think that he got tired of us calling Kigo's name. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and you're going to like it.
And with that, Bob ready to go. Supercharger and that Sound Barrier now online here for Pandora's Wrath. $1:15 on the clock. Chase, nice opening pick. Takes Kigo down. Polish finds one from the side. What a wonderful flank angle. No more DPS here for the defense. Now Polish, he's on the high ground on the opposite side from where he was before. Takes down the Ana. Deadeye in his pocket. Doesn't even need it here. The Orisa is going to get focused down. Tator bots, they're going to get first point.
Indeed, and now we are looking at a snowball potential. But one thing that I'm noticing right now from Jags, coming into these points, getting antied every single time he's not flashing the shield, which you like to see a Reinhardt do, just flash the shield. You don't have to hard shield going into these engagements, but you need to do something to stop this Ana from getting the ult charge, throwing in the biotic grenade onto the enemy team, getting so much value right now. I mean, it's stopping his aggression, which may actually be working in their favor right now, Bullskunk.
It just might. Jag able to survive by staying out of the fight a little bit longer. Goes with a very aggressive Earth Shatter. That finds the Ana, finds Kigo. Kills coming through. The Deadeye used on top of it all. Attacking team have lost 2 in the process. Zach the Turtle throwing a self-destruct in. Bob invested from Pandora's Wrath on top of it. And now there's just 3 members of the attacking teams left. But they're going to go ahead and invest dragons in this thing. They think they can win it out. They do get the D-Mech on the Zach the Turtle. I don't know if they have the firepower to take down the reinforcements, though.
Well, I mean, Jag's charging in like a madman and leaving his team completely exposed there. That was the wrong call there, Jags. I think you go in there with the shield up, throw a couple fire strikes, see what you get out of it. And yeah, I mean, all that ultimate usage right there has gone by the wayside. And now you don't have much to really aggress with. I think Chase may want to have those dragons back.
Yeah.
I just waiting for more heads to pop out would have been the better play from that. But I see why you tried to do it. You thought you could capture the point there, but yeah, you just got shut down. It was just too good from Pandora's Wrath.
The respawn advantage too strong. They weren't able to find the kills quick enough. Now Tatorbot's coming back in with just 2 support ults. Good news for them, Pandora's Wrath doesn't have a whole lot in their ult bank either. Just a Riptire online. Coalescence used from Tatorbots to try to initiate this fight. But a huge ante once again from Kakashi. Putting Jag into the purple. Forcing him back. And again, I think you're right. I think it helps him out. He's forced to be conservative there for a little bit. Oh, not that time. Didn't help him there. The heal's not available. Second purple was the finishing purple. Jag going down. DPS trying to strike back. Polish and Chase coming up with a kill each. And it's a 3v3 here on the point. Supreme still on the high ground, able to rain shots down with the Viper, but Thick Brain falls back to spawn with the Reinhardt from the defensive team. Kigo coming back out on the Doomfist, lands a nice right hook to start this retake. Self-destruct thrown in from the attacking team, but they still don't even have a tick yet, Billy.
Oh my goodness, that's a huge shatter coming out from Jags, but he gets pinned again.
And the trade's there now. Suddenly the defense with a massive advantage. No progress of permanent value picked up here for Tatorbots.
To see that, I mean, they had the combos going on, but the stall coming out from them, I mean, just I love Kigo coming in on the Doomfist, being able to touch the point, stop the progress meter from going up, and then the reinforcements came in. Here comes the cavalry. You've got both DPS ultimates to uh-oh. Sorry, that is on me. Fat finger
there's no team fight.
My pulse button, so my pause button. Both these PS ultimates are online, so if Pulse can get into a good position, he can catch them off guard and maybe be able to take them down.
Polish, he's gonna take up high ground on the entry right side. Dragon's coming in from across the left through the Mega. Kigo trying to dive into the back with the Doomfist, gets stunned, eats the Peacekeeper right between the eyes. Nano Boost onto Thick Brain. Charge, counter charge, might open the door for the Deadeye, it does! Kakashi goes down, what a huge play from Jag. There was no choice from Thick Brain but to counter charge back. Not only did he devalue the Nano Boost, allowed room for that Deadeye to make it through. Now Jag followed up with a good kill, well at least a D-Mech onto Zach the Turtle. Oh, but the overtime wick is burning, and the trades are coming through. Trades are going to favor the defense every time. Kigo getting in the mix on this Doomfist, finds himself a pair before getting taken out by the self-destruct. Now, it's just the Diva of Wegsy Bot on the point. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Chase back in on the Tracer does not last long at all. There goes the overtime wick. And, well, 1 point is all Tatorbots are going to find here in Volskaya.
Indeed, and I think that if Polish would have dropped the Deadeye as soon as Thick Brain got slept, he would have gotten a 3K out of that. Instead, try to get a little bit greedy with it and move forward and only end up getting 1 out of it. Oh, man, you want to have that one back because I was right behind him when he let it loose. And the shielding came up from Thick Brain right as he pressed triangle and confirmed that he wanted to let it loose. My goodness, that was a split-second heroics from Thick Brain, saving at least 2 other people from his team.
Yeah, it was almost disastrous. Jag with a big brain play there on that charge. Really could have opened worlds up wide. Like you said, the timing was so delicate. And the trigger not getting pulled quite in time.
You know, Overwatch is a game not only of inches, but also of milliseconds.
Milliseconds indeed, Billy.
I mean, it's got to be heartbreaking a little bit because, I mean, they had two really satisfactory and what looked to be very successful pushes going on there. But now they're going to have to try and full hold here as Pandora's Wrath goes onto the attack.
Pandora's bringing us the Echo. First time we've seen her here in this series. Wrecking Ball from them as well. Zach the Turtle taken to the Roly hero. Gonna go all roly-poly through the point. Just kind of beating some people around, perhaps doing a little scouting. Gotta be careful. He's gonna get halted back. Caught in a dangerous spot. Fortunately, the Overshield's able to keep him alive in that endeavor. Thick Brain attacking from the front. Finds a nice fire strike. Able to take down Chase. That's gonna open the door. Go signal here for Pandora's Wrath on the offense. Thick Brain swinging away with that hammer. Oh, ka-thunk goes the hammer. Down goes Taterbots.
Oh my goodness, and that is where you see them absolutely trusting in the support line. That is the difference of this match right now.
At least you're doing it in between team fights.
I know! It's bound to my my left stick, my L3 button, as it were. Yeah, I'm getting a little excited when I go through these analyses. I'm very excited to do my analysis of these two teams right now. But the support line, you know, they are just trusting in Kakashi and Combat Frogger. The stall potential is going to be real. I want to see what I Love Kigo duplicates into once they get that ability online.
And the snowball potential also very real. A lot of check marks about to be here online. Polish might have just single-handedly shut down the snowball. Take down the Ana with the nano boost ready to go. Without that sustain, Pandora's Wrath's going to be forced to back out here.
Absolutely, getting 2 kills into that, and yeah, you've got to get out of there right now. But I Love Kigo does have the duplicate online. I guess Thick Brain used the Shatter in that. I didn't see it.
I didn't
hear
see it either, nor did I hear it, and I agree with you. Suddenly, Thick Brain, well, back reset the reset on the ult economy. A outstanding move from Polish, able to hold on. That could have been just such a dangerous fight.
Absolutely. Minds invested from Zach the Turtle getting frozen, but able to get out with his life.
Polish nearly falling right on top of him. The duplicate come through. Choosing the Reinhardt. Goes in swinging. Frozen up for a second. Now, that extra shatter coming down. 2 people falling to the weight. Nano boost onto Thick Brain, who's almost got a shatter of their own. Thick Brain just going right off the side. Not sure if I'd have chosen that route, but hey, they just need 33% to take this thing home. Send us to a map 4 with a 3-0 lead. Kigo finding a pair of kills with a little help from their friends. Jag's not going to last long with all this damage waiting for him on the point. 1 by 1. Taterbots making their way back into the objective 1 by 1. They're getting sitting right back into spawn. Woo! And a big Death Blossom sound barrier combo. Just as an exclamation point here, Billy. Wow.
Not done yet, though. They still got to clean up the edge lord here, and you know the spin to win, the spin to survive is real. What a shatter!
Beautiful plays coming through. The respawn advantage not seemingly enough. We got a Moira and a Tracer left on point. Both of them go down. Lucio's turn to tag in. He can't last. Polish back on the edge lord. Nope. No dice. 3-0 lead here for Pandora's Wrath as they take Volskaya Industries.
Man, once the snowball started there on the point B, starting out with the duplicate coming out from I Love Kigo on the Echo, duplicating the Ryan, getting their shatter up, and then Thick Brain just went ahead and swung away as he was wont to do on the first point, and then got his own shatter and put one right back across the point. That is the beauty of what you see happening when you are a very confident Reinhardt and trusting in your healing. And I mean, my goodness, yeah. I'd love to see what Kakashi's healing was there. Man, Great place from the DPS too, not to be outshone. That was very well done by the entire squad from Pandora's Wrath.
Oh yeah, Supreme. We saw the card at the end. Supreme coming up with 65% kill participation there in the DPS role. Outstanding performance.
Indeed, you love to see it. You love to see that they show up like that and able to press the triangle button. That also really sealed the deal, was that 2-man Death Blossom coming from them. I thought, that maybe Polish was going to be able to turn it around, and
it was looking close.
It was looking close, but just, man, once again, it's a game of inches, and they found the range on the Ashe. And I thought it was going to be flipped around. And even the Bob being able to contest the point, that's what extended that stall out. Just not enough to back up the Butler and powerfully remove Pandora's Wrath from the point. So 3-0 lead. Things are looking kind of dire right now. But once again, you can still start the reverse sweep right this moment, depending on what your next map choice is, as we're going to go to, I believe...
We're going to Escort.
Escort.
Yep. And your choices are Route 66, Havana, and Rialto.
Where do you think we're going to go? I'm going to ask you first, because it's always my job to ask it first.
I'm the play-by-play. I get to ask the questions here, sir.
I will tell you. I think we're gonna go to Rialto.
I was actually gonna say the same thing. I think Rialto is a good option here. We've seen a good Pharah, we've seen a good Ashe, both of which can find success on Rialto. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. You gotta have some really solid tank play on Rialto, though. Your tanks can be oh so vulnerable, especially on first and third point. That I worry for Tater bots if we do go there. I'm not so sure if, perhaps Route 66 might be the way to go.
You have the great sight lines there on first point.
Yeah.
Also, second point, you got the high ground as well on Route 66.
A lot more geometry for the tanks to play around is kind of my thinking there. So, but only time will tell, and of course, it's not up to us. What do Tater bots have to say about the issue?
Wegzybot says we're going to Rialto.
Rialto it is. Our initial instincts were correct, Billy.
I mean, I like my job. I like my job. I like.
I'm so glad.
I mean, just based upon the DPS that they've shown us so far, I think this is the absolute, must pick for them, with those sight lines all over, except for third point. Third point doesn't have necessarily the same sight lines. So I want to see what they are going to do. Should Pandora's Wrath be able to get to third point, what they're going to bring out in that scenario. Man, it's looking grim.
Oh, but it ain't over till it's over. That's why this is first to 4. Taterbots certainly have time to find their rhythm, get themselves back into this thing, and it's all got to start here on Rialto.
Indeed, and we are going to have a substitution coming in. We're going to have Rigamortis coming in for organic kale in the healer department. So they're swapping up their support line once again. I think they may be finding that is where the issue is lying for them to keep the tanks up. But we're going to see what we do. Just looking for the ready from Wegzy as I'm getting it right now. Okay, we're going to go to beautiful Italy right this moment.
And another just outstandingly beautiful map. As far as the aesthetic design of Rialto, it's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
It also lends itself to not only it being good for team fights and environmental kills, which we love. We love the architecture of it. It also allows for a little bit of the individual skill to come out from some of these players and really kind of dominate and take over a map or a section of a map. And Polish right now has been showing that they can frag out with the best of them. And there's just one bit of the puzzle right now that they're not getting. And I think it's in the tank line. I think that Jags is a little bit too aggressive on the Reinhardt, and I would really like to see a little bit more discipline out of your main tank. I think that's one of the reasons why we're at a 3-0 scoreline right now. That being said, we've got a new support player coming in for the side from Tatorbots, and I think that might actually, work in their favor.
Well, Pandora's Wrath bringing out the Orisa Hog with the double snipers. Tatorbots going to the Ryan Zarya, bringing out a double sniper as well. So we'll see who can win the sniper roller here as the gates are open. Rialto has begun.
Absolutely, and I like Polish AF on this Widowmaker, but that's a hook and a half. Oh my goodness.
Jag, the first victim of Rialto. Polish eating a shot from the top. Supreme on that Ash, putting a lot of pressure down. Though you'd think Polish would have the automatic advantage. So far, it's Supreme landing the shots.
Yep, and I really want to see some rotations. Bring the Widowmaker to the back side. Maybe even bring out a Tracer to harass the back line, because right now they're not feeling any pressure whatsoever, Bullskunk. There is no pressure on that back line.
None at all. Kigo finding 2 kills in that, but I think the big story, once again, Jags pushes up, his shield breaks, and with his shield shattered, he chooses to try to press forward and get some axe swings in, try to build up towards his Earth Shatter, but he just gets deleted so quickly.
He's hard shielding through this, and the bubble is not going to save you that much. And I mean, it just, once again.
God. Zach the Turtle! Oh my goodness. The initial hook to send the Moira into the drink takes down Jag on the Reinhardt, 2 of your top priority kills in the whole team, then throws a whole hog in just for good measure.
And taking it now, looking at I Love Kigo, got a little bit ahead of his britches there, as we like to say here in southern Missouri. Kigo is going to have the Dragons to kind of aggress into the back line as they're trying to do a wraparound here, and here comes the Dragons, as I aforementioned.
Supreme still on the high ground as well, and Chase caught in a very difficult spot. Gnarly crossfire onto the Hanzo and the Lucio. The Lucio actually wins the war, but he'll die in the end. A coalescence from behind. With a flanking coalescence, Billy. There's something you don't see every day. And Mac Brantis does find the kill. Jag able to get the kill on to Zach Turtle as well. A little revenge for that earlier engagement. And finally, Tatorbot's making some progress here.
Indeed. Supreme's going to have Bob online when they finally get back to the point. Oh my goodness, Thick Brain gets deleted. Wow.
I think that was just a left trigger there from Wegsy. Throwing that in deep. Now Coalescence, Graviton Surge online for this Zarya. Dragon's coming out early. Does find 2, fortunately for them. Chase ended up with another kill with the Storm Arrows as well. So while I question not using the Dragons with the Graviton Surge, hey, it worked.
Indeed it did, and I mean, just a little bit of trying to stall there. Chase Swanson getting a 4K throughout that little fight, and that's going to be the first point captured for Tatorbots. And signs of life being shown from the side from Tatorbots.
But just as fast as it comes up, that's those signs of life going down. Back into spawn goes half the team before Tatorbots can even make it across the bridge.
Advantage is in their favor, though, Bullskunk, and I mean, they're going to be able to get there faster and really recontest. So those late kills being very beneficial. Missing in the hook there was Zach the Turtle. He's going to start getting focused. And, we are approaching L'Angolo della Morte. This could be dangerous here.
Yeah, this could get nasty. We're going to get Bob and a whole hog from the defense. Pandora's Wrath putting the pressure on. Chase and Tatorbots all the way down the street, finding a pair of kills along the way. Reinhardt trying to charge out. Zach Turtle said, nope, you get back here. We're not done with you yet.
It spins him around like a rag doll and just deletes him in a very uncomfortable death position there. Pilates is not the name of the game here.
We're getting some Reinhardt yoga.
Good news for Tatorbots right now. You have the ability to really put in some damage here. A well-placed Graviton Surge and Death Blossom could absolutely turn this map on its heels.
Yep, there goes the Death Blossom. It got 1, but Supreme takes him down. Jag trying to push in. He falls as well. A Coalescence, not enough to keep him alive. Here comes the Grab Dragon combo. Will it be enough to finish off this point despite the early losses? 3 kills there for Chase, and it looks like indeed. Sans Reinhardt, Taterbots, they're going to push this thing to the back of point B, but still plenty of time for a recontest at the end.
But look at this aggression being shown by Taterbots right now, pushing up into the spawn area, really guaranteeing that space. Looks like there will be a last-minute contest from Combat Frogger. I don't know how long he's going to be able to stay up, though.
0.28 meters on that contest. Frogger does have sound barrier ready to go, does not get it out in time. Taken down by the skill orb. Supercharger thrown out. The contest still going. Bomb now used to hold the point in place as Kigo moves into position, picks up several kills. That was a nice return fire there from the defense.
I mean, Frogger did their job in getting back to the point and starting that contest. 0.28 meters, that is absolutely heartbreaking. That's less than one of my hairs on the top of my head, Bullskunk.
We're going to have to get you an Xbox controller that you can plug into your PlayStation.
My fat thumbs right now are screaming at me with this little tiny controller. But, you know, the good thing is that they didn't use everything there. The sound barrier is going to be available to stop it. What a freaking anti-nade.
Huge Earth Shatter thrown over the point, but the sound barrier coming out from the defense. And the anti-nade means that, well, Taterbots can't get hyper-aggressive. They've got to fall back. Otherwise, they're all going to die. Well, it looks like they're all going to die anyway. Pandora's Wrath dominant here at the corner of death. Now there's just 20 seconds on the clock. It'll be up to this Lucio to get back and make a touch.
Indeed, I mean, you can actually start the aggression with Mac Brantis's Coalescence, get on the offensive in the extreme. But Kigo with the Dragon Strike, I think is going to be what's going to really section them out.
Okay, it's actually going to be Polish moving into touch. Dragon Strike does come across, split the team in half. Death Blossom thrown in from Taterbots. Coalescence invested as well. They're going to pick up 1 kill with that, but they've lost their Lucio to the Dragons. Another Bob here for Supreme. Supreme has this guy on cooldown, the Omnic Butler. He's up on the battlefield just oh so often and finding kills to boot. But we had 2 come through on the other side. Pandora's Wrath now down to 3 as Bob leaves the battlefield. They're just fighting a Diva and a Moira on point. Lucio able to return as he was the first one taken down, and Thick cannot survive. Lucio gets back with the sounds of death and able to get that kill. Love Kigo coming back on the Tracer. Trying to make something happen here. Takes down the Moira. Sustained missing. Is going to turn their attention to the approaching Reinhardt while the rest of the team tries to fend it off here on the point. Zach the Turtle just rolling around. The lone member left for the defense, and I think, well, Kigo probably should have just stayed on the objective.
Yeah, I think staying on the objective would have been key there, but I mean, they do end up surrendering that last 0.28 meters, and Taterbots, you know, backs against the wall, trying to stay here as Pandora's Wrath is on championship point, and they're not ready to go down into the night yet.
Unfortunately for Taterbots, they've only got 65 seconds on the clock here, and well, they've got a couple of ultimates to work with. We're looking at Attack Visor, Earth Shatter, and Coalescence not far behind. Sound Barrier ready to go.
Indeed, but I mean, Supreme, like you said, has Bob almost on cooldown, getting a lot of work done with the Viper and the Dynamite. I want to see a little bit more of the sight lines being used here. Maybe throwing her out wide might be a better chance for them to go to. And as I say that, Supreme goes on the flank and is starting to rain hell in on them.
Shatter comes through from Taterbots, finds 2. Sound Barrier and Coalescence used from the attackers as well. Nano Boost thrown on to Zach the Turtle. And the Diva tried to get aggressive, see if they can make something happen, but no. Now a big anti thrown into the mix is going to force the attackers to be a little bit more conservative, and they launch a self-destruct into the back. Zach gets D-Mech, but Supreme takes down Jag. Both DPS ults online here for the attackers now, and they're going to have to use them. They're going to have to make something happen because the time is dwindling away. Polish goes down, not able to press the triangle, not able to get that Death Blossom out. Now the tire coming out from the defense, and Pandora's Wrath going to pick off the Lucio with that. Attack Visor, it goes the long way as well, goes to waste, back to spawn, holding both of the ultimates. The DPS duo, you can't take them with you guys.
You can't, and you need to, you have to press triangle at some point. Regardless of the shielding, just make a move, run around, jump. Get on top of the payload. See what you can shatter. See if you can get some shielding down. I mean, you were running into a singular shield of thick-brained, and I mean, that shield doesn't last forever. So, you know, buy time for your other DPS ultimate to be launched and see what you find.
Yeah, I mean, that's there's nothing worse than going back to spawn holding your ultimates.
I mean, I've done it a few times in Overwatch.
Oh, it happens to the best of us, I'm afraid. It happens to the best of us.
Win condition set, Bullskunk. Championship point for Pandora's Wrath. You got to go 71.38 meters to capture the title of best in Tier 2 on PS4 in Overwatch for this Console Gaming League's multi-tier tournament. 24 seconds before they come out the gate here. Looking at the defense, we've got the Ryan Diva again. Double, well, we've got a sniper and a cowboy to deal the damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage coming out from Tatorbots. Hoping they could hold here. And it's certainly possible. A very defensive favored map. So, Tatorbots certainly, they're not done just yet. Looks like we're going to get some Ryan Zarya from the attacking side as well. Pandora's Wrath, bringing the Widowmaker and a Reaper.
I like the Widow pick here. Long sight lines down this first point, and if you get control of the high ground, you can start fragging, and I like where the French ballerina has set up here.
Yeah, chasing the Hanzo off the high ground. Polish forced to fall back into the courtyard. Supreme just sticking right with his front line. Trying to add some extra damage boost behind the Ryan Zarya combo, and it works beautifully. Jag goes down early. No more shielding for the defense. That means the Diva, well, you're going to get deleted next. And now there's just zero sustain here for Tatorbots.
Indeed, and I mean, I haven't seen any frags come out of Kigo yet. Really, Zach and Supreme are just owning the field right now. I think that you leave the ballerina on the payload and just let those two go ahead and do some of the heavy lifting. You know, maybe give them a drink as they're doing a lot of the work here, and just sit back and watch.
Defense coming back in. They're going to try to contest. Looks like they did get there in time. Coalescence used from the offense, or from the defense, excuse me. Shatter thrown in as well. Shatter got 3, and the health bars of the tank line very low on Pandora's Wrath. Thick Brain indeed does eventually go down, but Jag, once again in these overly aggressive positions, gets surrounded by Pandora's Wrath, gets deleted. Combat Froggers does go down in the meantime, and we're going to get the Graviton Surge out from Pandora's Wrath. Chase, able to find a pair of kills. Deadeye getting 1, and based on the back of that, Tatorbots will hold on here. What a good play from Wegsy Bot and Chase on the McCree.
Indeed, I mean, I thought that Graviton Surge was going to work into Zach the Turtle's favor, but not enough damage being put into it, and now I like the pick that's coming out from I Love Kigo right now. Swapping over to the Archer, they're definitely going to have the same potential of the Widowmaker, but also a lot more in the kit.
And a lot more shield break as well, especially with those Storm Arrows recently getting buffed. Jag goes in aggressive, his health already just so low, but Tatorbot's able to find the Reinhardt on the other side, able to find the Hanzo as well. Polish does go down, but with the kill onto the Diva, looks like Tatorbots will hold on for another assault. Just 90 seconds on the clock.
90 seconds left on the clock, Bullskunk, and this is exactly what you want to see from Pandora. From Tatorbots. They're making their stand. They are not gonna. They are saying that we are not going down to a goose egg here. I like what I'm seeing here. I want to see how they use not only the Dragon Strike, but the Shatter. Wakesbot has another Graviton Surge on, and go ahead and use it right now.
Beautifully placed right around that corner as Pandora's Wrath tries to come in. Dragon Strike thrown over the top, but the sound barrier used from Pandora to keep them, most of them standing. Now, dueling Coalescence over the objective. Earth Shatter comes down, Earth Shatter finds 3! That's a big shatter! And Rigor Mortis not quite there on the sound barrier. Nothing to fend off all this damage. There's a point on the board. A little more time on the clock for Pandora.
You know, and I like Zach the Turtle went on to the Diva and then went straight back and got the Zarya again. And I'm telling you what, he did a little debating of Tatorbots there, thinking that they were going to have a Diva to contend with. And he's pressing left click or left trigger very much here, and already 66% to the Graviton Surge. You're going to want to pair that with Kigo's Dragon Strike if possible. Man, 2:45 on the clock. Bang a gong, get it on. Here's the corner of death, Bullskunk.
Supreme waiting up top with the Reaper. Meets Chase on the McCree. Both of them back out to their respective corners. Meanwhile, front line clashing. Three-man shatter comes through. The Reaper able to wait for him out of it, but nobody can escape the Deadeye. 2 kills from the Deadeye. Kigo does eventually take down Chase, but Polish able to pick off Zach the Turtle. And defense holding on here in the corner of death.
Yep, and you're going to have a whole host of oh my god coming up in this next fight. For Pandora's Wrath, you're going to have Graviton Surge, you're going to have Coalescence. You're probably going to get almost to that sound barrier, but you've got Death Blossom and Dragon Strike again for Kigo. This is going to be his third one in as many fights almost. And the sustain has got to be there. There's going to be no sound barrier into it, though.
Polish on the other side does have the Dragon Strike. Wegsy, 80% to that Graviton Surge, so the big Wombo combo coming up soon. But it's going to be the attackers dropping their Wombo combo first. Coalescence used to try to keep the team up, and it works! Holy cow, that was a lot of damage negated there. The Death Blossom thrown into the back as well only finds one. And despite the massive amount of ultimates, Pandora's Wrath throws them all in. They get nada for it, Billy.
Yeah, they were absolutely denied any value out of that. McBrantis's Coalescence absolutely saving the day there. I didn't think that it was going to be enough. They launched the Dragon Suit. They launched all the DPS ultimates. You're just coming in with a Shatter and a Sound Barrier versus the Grab Dragons that's going to be available to Tatorbots. This could be the moment where they get a point on the Boyd Bullskunk.
Yes, sir. Wegsy Bots' bubbles were so clutch during that last Wombo combo, and now Tatorbots with a big combo of their own. The Grab Dragons ready to go for the defense. And it's a bit of a conservative approach here from Pandora's Wrath. I think they're trying to size up this corner here, decide on the best route of attack.
Indeed, you know, I think you send Reaper on a flank behind them just to turn their heads.
We're going to get the Grab Dragon combo. Sound Barrier used. It may have been a hair early. Everybody else able to get out, but Combat. Zach goes down eventually as well. Kigo falls. And this attack fizzling out here at this corner. Just a Reaper left, and he's not going to last long.
Nope, and I mean, 10 seconds left on the clock. I don't even know if they're going to be able to get back. Yeah, it looks like Combat Frogger's going to be able to get back and touch, maybe.
And Kakashi was working around on the flank angle during that assault. I can't help but wonder if that was part of the reason the sustain was gone. The on in a very unusual spot. Ooh, the Deadeye just barely able to make it out before the Sleep Dart lands. Jag takes down Thickbrain, finally winning the Battle of the Reinhardts, and manages to follow up with a great kill on the Kakashi as well. And I think they've done it, Billy. Tatorbots looking to get rid of that goose egg.
Yeah, and I mean, taking down Supreme right there. Other than maybe Zach touching, I don't think he's going to get... Oh, he got there. How did he get there?
It was actually Combat Frogger that managed to get that little bit of a touch in. But it's all for naught in the end. Tatorbots finding their first map win of the series, taking Rialto.
And we talked about this in the beginning. It was going to take some special plays out of the DPS to really keep them in there. And once again, you know, we're calling out their name a lot. Polish AF putting a ton of work in there. But the substitute from the previous match, Chase Swanson, coming in and absolutely clicking heads with the Hanzo. It's 3-1 Bullskunk, and now we're going to find out where Pandora's Wrath wants to go for our next control map.
With Busan already being picked, their choices are Lijiang Tower or Ilios. And I gotta say, Pandora's Wrath were extremely dominant on our first round of control. So it's going to be a bit of a tall order for Tator to come back into this thing, though looked like they kind of found a rhythm there on that last map. Maybe they can keep it going?
Yeah, I hope so. So we're going to go to Lijiang Tower, Mr. Bullskunk.
Lijiang Tower, okay. Well, while we get set up, I think we're going to take a quick production break. We'll see you back here on Lijiang Tower. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, my friends, to the Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament. We are here in the Tier 2 Grand Finals, where Pandora's Wrath is up 3-1 in this first of 4 series. Tatorbots, they took map 4. Looking to keep the reverse sweep going here as we head to Lijiang Tower.
Yep, and I think that Chase Swanson coming in on the DPS role, absolutely shoring up any deficiencies in that department. Some very good individual plays coming out, as we kind of talked about when we were coming into Rialto. That gives you a chance to shine, even though coordinated team play is always going to win you out. Sometimes it's just the opportunity to frag out that can net you some very good results, and we saw Chase Swanson do that on the Hanzo. So reverse sweep has started for the side from Taterbots. We love to see it. It can be done, and you got to do it one map at a time. But we're gonna go to Lijiang Tower, Bullskunk. That is what Pandora's Wrath has chosen as our next control map.
Yes, sir. And I think you just touched on something very important. It's just one map at a time, one fight at a time. Sure, Taterbots does pretty much need to be perfect from here on out if they want to take the crown, but it's a championship bout. We wouldn't have it any other way. Like, you got to show up if you want the crown. It's, as these teams said to each other beforehand, it's go big or go home, and that's exactly where we are at right now.
Yep, and one map at a time, and Lijiang Tower is where we're going to go to right now. And we always like to talk about Lijiang Tower, Bullskunk, is how do the tank lines come out? Where do we go first? It always is very map dependent within this map. Do you go to gardens? That lends itself to dive so very well. We've seen the Hammond come out, as we are going to go to gardens first. And, we've seen that Zach the Turtle very well versed on the Wrecking Ball. I don't know what they would pair with it. I haven't seen anything but Ryan and Arissa out of Thick Brain. I don't know if he has the monkey in the in the grab bag of goodies. But it's very, very real. As for a pause from Pandora's Wrath, so we can go ahead and continue to set up this map. I want to see getting a map win under their belt from Taterbots, right? I think that starts to inflate the sail of victory, and I hope that this is going to be a turnaround for them, because they haven't played bad. Like, they've played very well. Their team coordination as well. I think that Jags just has to stop being so darn main tanky and charging into fights he has no business charging into. And really playing with his team. We saw the Reinhardt player play with the team a lot more that time.
Yeah.
And you didn't see his name come up in the kill feed all that much.
Well, one thing I did notice with Rigor Mortis coming in is Taterbots brought in the Moira a lot more on that last map. And it provided a lot more sustain for that core, for that front line, and even forced a Moira swap on the other side. You're doing something right when you force your opponent to make swaps.
Yeah, and you love to see it. I mean, and Rigor Mortis, that was absolutely the right play to bring in. I would want to see, especially since the patch dropped now, man, Brigida's in such a horrible spot, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
Rip Brig.
Rip Brig, rip the Swedish dream.
We're going to get Pharmacy out of Polish and the Taterbots. Indeed, Zach the Turtle going over to the Hammond, accompanied by the Reinhardt. Pandora's Wrath bringing a Reaper and McCree to put the hurt down.
That is a very odd tank line. There's no other way that I can put it. It's odd. And I like that Polish already 68% to Barrage 80.
Yeah, it takes down the Reinhardt in the process. Now looking to turn the attention on to Supreme on the McCree. It could be a bit of a tall ass to take down the Cowboy, but Wagsy Bot going to push to the front line, help out a bit, take down the Reaper, and there's the shot onto the McCree. Beautiful rocket coming from Polish. The Conch Blast, just narrowly misses, taking Thick off the side. And man advantage here. Kashi striking back on the Moira, already dropping a Coalescence into the mix. Dueling Coalescence over the objective, as a matter of fact. Barrage ready to go. Mines on the point from Zach the Turtle. Despite an early disadvantage, Pandora's Wrath battling right back into this thing and getting control started first.
That is the most flip-floppy beginning of a map that I've ever seen. I'm not sure what exactly happened that made the map fluctuate in such a violent way towards Pandora's Wrath. especially taking out Thick Brain first in the battle. I mean, there was no shielding. I'm not sure why they didn't just go ahead and press forward into the team and just start deleting people.
I think it's the power of Hammond. The disruption was so real. Hammond getting those mines up wicked fast. Zach the Turtle doing a fantastic job. But coming back in, Taterbots now have Graviton Surge. They'll have Valkyrie and both DPS ults to work with. Pathing in through Light's side. It's going to be Supreme dropping the Deadeye to start things off. Oh, Wegsy goes down, shield broken. Polish trying to come in with the barrage, but Supreme right there ready for it. Zach the Turtle finding the final blow. Not able to press triangle in time. Polish goes back into spawn, and I think it's going to be a domino effect from here, Billy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you need to back out in a hurry and do a little bit of a soft reset, and maybe get off of the Zarya, because I don't think you're getting the value that you think you're getting on it, especially when people are being dropped and you have bubbles available to send out. They've gone to I want to say, you got to really take down this Hammond first, which they've done, and now you press in.
Yeah, Zach kind of gifted him that one. Got a little too big for his britches. Kigo about to suffer the same fate. Indeed does. The barrage comes over the top to finish him off. Coalescence and the Sound Barrier invested from Pandora's Wrath. And I think both of those support ults just going by the wayside. Now it's just Zach the Turtle spinning to try to get this counter up to 99%.
Indeed. I mean, Zach is just putting in so much work on this Hammond.
They really are, man.
Value.
Like, just
Massive
wow.
value. I mean, the next set of mines could be game sealing for them, and I mean, Wegsy, I would like to see either a counter to that, or maybe bringing in the Orisa as an extra shield to kind of halt and stop just the freedom that Zach is experiencing right now. Also, the Fortify wouldn't be too bad when he comes through on one of his bowling missions.
I love the perseverance we're seeing from Polish, though. 2 entry picks, buying a lot of time. This gamer's not going down without a fight, Billy. Already 62% towards that second barrage.
Who I've lost, though, is where is Reaper?
That's a good question. Front line pushing on to the objectives. Earthshatter ready to go. Shield whittled down for Jag. Might be an opportunity for Thick Braid here. Decides not to use it. That was a window of opportunity missed there from Thick Braid. Now Coalescence invested from both sides. Valkyrie thrown in from Taterbots as well. Big Charge is going to take Chase out of the fight, but he managed to get the kill on to combat first with a good Deadeye. Rez comes through, and Taterbots holding on here for dear life.
Indeed, I mean, they did invest the Deadeye into that, picking up one, and I mean, one kill into a team fight like that, especially in the mid fight, takes all the wind out of an attacker's sails. Polish is going to have this again, another barrage.
Yeah, Polish absolutely on fire here, but on the other side, 2 DPS ults ready to go. Earthshatter at the ready, Sound Barrier not far behind. This is going to be the final fight here as we approach on guards. Death Blossom to start things off, but the defense matrix, the bubble were there now. The barrage comes down and finds one, but Kigo and Supreme combining for 4 kills before it's all said and done. Supreme taking down the Zarya, and with the overtime at Wick burning, this is coming up all Pandora's Wrath until Jag comes in. Drags has something to say about it. He finds both DPS with his hammer, but he's a lone Reinhardt left on this objective. Tracer now tagging in to keep the point alive, keep the dream alive. Polish coming back on the soldier just to get those quick legs into battle as fast as possible. Now Coalescence invested from Pandora's Wrath, sticking together in a tight little bunch. They focus down Polish. And now, just a wrecking ball left on point here for Taterbots. Who's going to win this one out, Billy? This has been a heck of a back and forth.
Oh my goodness, and so much work being done right now by Wegzybot on the Hammond, already 65% to the mines. Kingo gets a rocket punch onto Chase on the Tracer. That's going to take a win out of your sails right there. Supreme also getting a 2K with a Tracer.
Yeah, Supreme's not done yet. Looking for the Moira. The Moira is going to fall with a little help from Kigo. Hammond coming back in from Wegs. He tried to stall things out, but he's so low, he's forced to run off to grab the mini. The Doomfish back onto the point, can't hold on, and in the end, Pandora taking our first round, but man, was it close.
I think both teams are ticked off right now. Bullskunk, I think they're ready for war. And on the back of that, man, I mean, it was 99-0, and they got it all the way back to 100 to 99. So I don't think Tatorbots are going anywhere. Wegzybot right now on this Zarya getting Graviton Surge about 1.5 to 2 map or 2 fights. That's a big stat for me. Graviton Surge being one of the slower amassing ultimates in the Overwatch realm. I really want to see the aggression. The bubbles have got to be a little bit better. That's the only thing that if I have anything to nitpick with Wegzybot, be more reactionary instead of being proactive with the bubbles.
Pandora's Wrath going right at the gut onto the objective. Tatorbots opted to go through light side, and now it's a clash over the center pillar. Supreme is going to find first blood. Takes down the Reinhardt. Now looking to follow it up onto the Mei. Mei able to fall back, ice block up, but all the while, Pandora's Wrath gaining the positional advantage here. Will get control. Oh, but not if Polish has anything to say about it. Suddenly, Tatorbot's getting aggressive. They say, we don't need a Reinhardt. We're going to push in with a pair of shotguns and take this thing right out from underneath Pandora.
Once again, it's the Moira pick from McBrantis this time that is really sustaining the team. Also, being able to heal yourself is not a bad thing. Right, Bullskunk? I mean, you know, you get the lifesteal from Reaper when he lands shots with the shotguns. You also got the ability to ice block up for Chase Swanson. So that's a lot less resources that are having to be thrown in to the tank line. But Jags has just got to stop charging into everything. That's the one thing that I still am seeing.
Zach gets demech'd as he got separated from the rest of the team from the initial Mei wall. Chase follows up the kill onto Kigo, but Polish goes down. Jags' aggression served him well that time. Manages to find the pin onto the Ana, but he falls to a subsequent pin from the other side. Thick solo, finally taken out. Took the Coalescence to do it. A little help from basically everybody on Tatorbots. And Tatorbots, 45% and counting on the board.
Both tank ultimates. Both of the DPS ultimates. And a sound barrier. I mean, they've only invested one ultimate in this entire fight.
That could be disastrous, though. Kigo picking off Rigor Mortis early, holding that sound barrier. And Tatorbots still continuing to hold this aggressive stance right at the door. They don't want to give this up. Thick Brain gets a big heal. Nade's going to push in. Nice sleep dart onto the counter, Reinhardt. Graviton Surge thrown in from Tatorbots. Oh, and Zach the Turtle eats the Blizzard. What an eat! Oh, that could have been disastrous coupled with the Graviton Surge. Instead, it's coming up all Pandora.
Yeah, but I mean, 85% and counting. I mean, that's still a win in the book if you want to look at it from strategy and strategic points. Once Jags got deleted, I would not have popped that Graviton Surge. I would have saved it for the final fight. You've got so much going on for your side right now, and man, dropping that, oof, that you're gonna want that one back, Bullskunk.
Yeah, imagine having that Graviton Surge now. Tire thrown in from the top ropes. Kigo does go down in its trajectory, but he manages to find 2 kills with the tire itself. 2-for-1 trade, favoring a Pandora's Wrath. Death Blossom, Earth Shatter thrown over the objective. That's going to find 2 kills. Polish getting in the mix in a big way here for Tatorbots and allow them to take this point back. And 85% is that magic number, Billy. We'll see if the Pandora's Wrath can get back in touch.
They should be able to get back in touch. They do have a Lucio on their team. Also, the Diva will be able to probably touch as well. You've got to look for this Shatter coming from Thickbrain. There's not a lot of shielding there available to them.
Kigo coming in off the flank. Thickbrain goes down holding that Shatter. That ultimate's not going to come out just yet. Diva's going to be the next focus of attention. Trying to put attention onto the front line, but she gets frozen and deleted. At least taken out of mech. Oh, no. The Nanoboost saved him. I don't believe it. I thought Zach was done for sure. The Nanoboost just in time. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Kashi finds the kill onto the Reinhardt, and that opened up a world here for Pandora's Wrath. With no more shielding, the rest of Tatorbots just fell.
Indeed, that was one of the biggest nanos I think I've ever seen for the side from Pandora's Wrath. And then Frogger, go ahead and deleting the bubbled Zarya off the side. has the Graviton Surge in hand. They're going to have to do better with this next combo because we're coming up very closely to Final Fight territory.
And, of course, Pandora's Wrath on championship point here. A win on Control Center will take the entire series and give them the crown. They just need to hold on for one, maybe two more fights. Graviton Surge at the ready. Blizzard almost ready to go. We'll see if Tatorbots can shut down the hopes and dreams here. Buy us another round. Playing a little conservatively as they try to push in. Jags just hanging back. Oh, eventually gets caught out, antied, and deleted. Kigo managed to pick up one with a tire as well. And, well, Tatorbots, they're not going to grab at that fight, and they're running out of time for this final one.
Yeah, they're going to have to get in there and go, like, right this second. It's 97, 98.
Can they get to the point? Oh, just barely making it onto the objective. Graviton Surge coming out from Tatorbots. They're going to throw in the Blizzard as well. Thick Brain, cold as ice. Big Ride Popsicle on the point. He's going to have to charge his way out of there. Big Ante into the pack has got to force Tatorbots to play far back. But here comes the three-man Death Blossom. Shatter thrown over the top from Jags. Might just close this thing out. Tatorbots getting the flip. They're going to send us to a third round. They're not done just yet.
For hard right now. Oh, what a massive 5-head, 10,000 IQ teleport to Death Blossom from Polish AF, putting the team on their back. The Blizzard, not bad either, putting it in a spot where Zach could not eat it. That time, they got the Wombo combo to perfection, and now it's going to come down to Night Market. Do we see a Symmetra come out? I think we do.
Yeah, Pandora showing us the sim strats. They're going to try to get into that window, plant their flag on the objective first, try to get that positional advantage. No speed, no teleporter coming through from Tatorbots.
Oh man, that's going to be hard to get them off the point should they get set up first, and they do.
Indeed, teleporter down, sim turrets up. Now, up to Tatorbots to dislodge Pandora's Wrath as they try to push on the objective. They do have Polish back on the far, raining rockets in from the windows. Could be...
Indeed, yeah, I mean... oh...
Yeah, quick! Two picks coming through for Pandora's Wrath. Two big picks at that. The Reinhardt and the Reaper going down. Back to spawn go the Tatorbots.
Oh, Tatorbots, that was just a folly there. I like the swap now. The Junkrat spam is going to take care of the shielding, but you got to make sure that you're watching the bubble management of Wegsy Bot, or I'm sorry, of Zach the Turtle, as that's going to be something to really charge up that Zarya in a hurry.
And immediately making their presence known. Polish with this barrage, dropping it over the objective, is going to find Thick with it. Kigo does eventually take him down, but now Pandora's Wrath missing their shielding, so they're going to throw a Coalescence, burn down a couple members of Tatorbots, and maintain control of this point, despite the fact that they're missing their Rhine. My goodness, what a play.
Yeah, and Kakashi ends up getting that exit kill onto McBrantis on the Mercy, and that's a very late kill. And getting a little bit of ultimate charge into the boot. Polish, I mean... I don't know where McBrantis was trying to keep the pharmacy up, but it was not successful in the extreme.
Now Graviton Surge online. Oh, Kigo gets taken down early. He was close to that Death Blossom. Would have been a perfect combo with that Graviton Surge. Chase does go down in the approach, so it's a 5v5 here on the point. Photon Barrier thrown in from Pandora's Wrath. Earthshatter invested as well. Earthshatter just found the Moira. Rigor Mortis able to fade out, but Zach the Turtle getting involved. Beaming down Wegzybot. Beaming down two members, as a matter of fact. Follows it up with a nice kill onto the Junkrat.
Oh my goodness, and that was an execution with the hammer onto poor McBrantis. There's another late kill with the melee onto a Reinhardt.
Yeah, I didn't quite get the camera there on time. I'm a little disappointed with myself. I'd like to have seen that. Oh, man. I was not expecting Kakashi's forwarding position there, and now a fantastic Coalescence once again trying to counter the Graviton Surge out from the other way. Death Blossom invested as well. 99% on the board. Pandora's Wrath in full control. If they can manage to burn down this overtime wick, which it looks like they will, they have done it. They have taken Lijiang Tower. They have taken the 4-1 victory and are your Tier 2 Grand Champions.
Man, what an exciting match all night. Back and forth action. Just that little bit ahead was the side from Pandora's Wrath. I thought we were going to go to a map 6, to be fair, at least. But, you know, the side from Pandora's Wrath absolutely showing up, showing out, and taking the Grand Championship. And massive congratulations to them. Also, huge congratulations to the side from Tator Bots. They put up a hell of a fight tonight.
Hell of a fight,
made it a very, very exciting night of gaming for us.
Oh, that was a good match. That's what I wanted to see, and I was in no way disappointed, Billy. Pandora's Wrath. I mean, talk about punching above your weight class. These guys don't look tier 2 at all.
No, they look at least mid-tier 3, if not top end of tier 3. So the coordination being shown by them all night. I want to give the support line massive love because they kept those tanks up in the best way possible. Got to name an MVP. I'm going to go ahead and go first. I'm giving it to Kakashi.
I was actually thinking Kakashi myself. I mean, you can make an argument for Combat Frogger. That big stall on Rialto was huge. I mean, fantastic sound barriers all series long. Thick-brained. I mean, definitely seemed to be that alpha in the Reinhardt role. And, of course, Kigo and Supreme lightened up the feed time and time again all series. But in the end, I'd have to agree with you. None of it would have been possible without the outstanding play from Kakashi.
Yep. So that is your Tier 2 championship match MVP from us. And Bullskunk, this is a nice, satisfactory conclusion to the Tier 2 match tonight. Our winners, Pandora's Wrath, 4-1.
Yep, tip of the hat. And once again, big congrats to them taking the championship. Well, I think that is going to wrap it up for us here, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for this championship bout. Billy? Pleasure casting with you as always, my friend.
Oh, you know I love doing this, and I love being out here and getting us out into the PlayStation community. You're going to see a lot more of us next year.
Absolutely, absolutely. We appreciate the warm welcome from you all in the PlayStation community, indeed. Well, thank you once again for watching. Y'all remember to look out for each other in-game and out. We'll see you next time.
Love you guys. Bye.